driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. We are back. That would help. I have no idea how I'm going to start this. I have no idea what I'm going to talk on. I just don't know. As soon as I find out as soon as I figure out where I'm starting, I'll get rolling. But let's do introductions first. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. And of course, welcome to the Daily Trudge. Hi, Patricia. It is good to see you. It's been a couple of days. And that is actually the question. How am I doing today? Because I'm not doing well. I'm not doing unwell, but I'm not doing well. I have some pretty high anxiety today, and I don't know where it's coming from. I do and I don't. That's what sucks about anxiety is you can't even make a decision, right? And my mind will talk me out of things that I want to go do. And nobody gets more frustrated about it than me, right? But I don't really like to talk about it because I don't like the name calling or the stigma that goes along with these things, right? And it's not always easy to come on here and share my feelings, with the World Wide Web. So this all kind of started a few weeks ago when my wife's Aunt Carol passed away. It was kind of unexpected. And a few days later, her uncle passed away. And this affected my wife a lot. And for me, my wife and I, we're hip to hip, man. If she is feeling something, I'm going to feel it. And I've been having a hard time because, I want to be supportive of her during all times. I feel an obligation to her to be there for her as much as she needs because of what she's done for me in my life. And it wasn't this last weekend, but the weekend before was my birthday. And I had a good day, but I didn't hear from my kids, and that it upset me more than I thought it did. I thought I'd gotten through it, but I was wrong. And I'm pretty upset with them right now. And it wasn't that they missed my birthday. It's that I reach out to them, and it's not that they don't hate me, but they don't show much respect. And, I've done a lot of things lately that they don't know about for them. I gave up a lot of time so that we could find a place for them to live, which I didn't feel like was our responsibility. And it feels unappreciative. I've also been getting down on how people tend to treat me. See, everybody knows that if something is left, Dion will do it. So people tend to leave shit for me, knowing I'll do it. Good example is and this happens quite often, and it makes me feel like dirt. Okay, but so people here, they went out of town, and they didn't tell me about it till the day they were leaving. Okay, well, they have two dogs, and I don't mind watching the dogs. I don't. I'm here, and I love the dogs. Of course I'll take care of them, but I like to be asked. Okay? Some people were flying back. Some people were driving back. They knew that there was not going to be a car available yesterday, but they didn't wait. They didn't ask. They waited till Sunday and said, "Oh, can I borrow your car tomorrow? I need to go to work." That put me in a position. I did have plans, but I said, but my niece was going through some stuff. And if I would have told her, no, you can't, it would have affected her a lot. She was going through a lot at the time. And I didn't want to do that to her. But I really don't like that people expect me to just go ahead and do it. You know, well, and what does that have to do with my anxiety? Well, my anxiety keeps me home a lot of times. Okay. But that doesn't mean I'm lazy. It doesn't mean I don't get things done. Right? I probably get more done in the morning than most people do all day. Right? But I'm not going to sit here and brag about what it is that I do. That's stupid. Right? Yeah, maybe not. So with it, now that that's happened, I had to call out from work, and that makes me feel like a failure because I couldn't make it to work. You know, when you're taught as a man that you don't do shit like that. You tough it out. You do this, you do that. I would not have been any good to them today. And I was out last week, so that's really affecting me. So we need to awareness is probably going to be the best thing. Like right now, I know what I'm going through, which is why it's not worse than it is, right? Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate that. A little bit of drinking juice here, real quick. So when I'm going through this stuff, um, and I've talked about my nightmares before. My nightmares tend to get worse. When I woke up this morning, and it's been getting tougher for me to get up in the mornings because of my nightmares, and it's like I can't seem to find an answer to those, and they're horrible, man. I'm always drinking. People are like, "Oh, I had a drunk dream last night." I have them every fucking night. And I'm always drinking. Before, it didn't really affect me as much because I knew that I was sober. But lately, my 6.5 years have been taken away in my dreams, and that's a little too close. There's a lot of violence in them, a lot of hatred, people putting me down, hating on me, because that's what my brain thinks is actually going on. Right? They're kind of like night terrors. They're kind of, um, and they're very hard to explain. My nightmare has it's not like a new nightmare every night. It's a continuous nightmare. It goes on and on and on and on. And there's never a night when I don't have some kind of bad dream or nightmare. And I can't find the answer for it. I mean, I've been doing everything, and now with people saying I might have ADHD, you know, you know what I don't like about that? I brought it up, and every time I bring it up to a professional, you know what they say? You know what they bring up? Drugs. I didn't ask for drugs. I I'm very astute when it comes to telling people what it is that I need. Okay. And what sucks is good luck getting an assessment done. Betrayal trauma. Yeah. Yeah, I've been through a lot of betrayal. And yeah, you're right, Kathy. It's not just PTSD, it's CPTSD for me too. I'm actually gonna write that down. Give me a second here. Because that just makes sense to me when you said betrayal trauma, because that is how I feel. I feel very betrayed. Um, and the thing is, it actually happened. It's not like it didn't happen. So, what does that mean? Oh no, I've been hearing a lot lately, and I'm sure I'm going through it. Fear of abandonment. Any fear that I'm not going to be what it is that I would like to be. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. I don't think professionals really. I would rather talk to somebody that has been through it. I just would. Because trying to explain it is frustrating in and of itself. And then what happens is then the other person gets frustrated. And then I'm done talking to you. As soon as I feel any pushback, I won't talk to you anymore. In fact, I will say, bye bye. Just ask the person that tried to pull one over on me a couple weeks ago. Horrible. I'd asked several times, are we doing an assessment for ADHD? And she wouldn't answer it. Finally, she said, what do you think we're doing? And I said, well, the camera isn't working. She said, that's okay. You can't do an assessment without seeing the person. I know that. And I said, well, I don't think you can do an assessment without the camera. And she rolled her eyes at me, and I left. I left. Fuck off is where I go. I wish I could. I wish I could just go for fuck off, and it would solve some things. But unfortunately that doesn't work for me. So what is it that we can do? Right now what I'm going through is what's called delayed gratification. Okay? In other words, I'm saying, okay, I'm going through it. It is what it is. There's not much I can do about it right now. That would be delayed gratification. Right? And when we go through this, I think it's important that we learn that skill, because it's how I make it 90% of the time, knowing that I'll feel better later, or if I do something that it might feel better. But there's sometimes when nothing makes me feel better. And it gets very frustrating because I don't know what to do with myself. And then I wear myself out emotionally, and I end up going to bed for hours on time. And I just don't want to go backwards like that. So I saw a post and somebody else reposted it. I'm live right now. Give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you. And but anyway, they had posted something saying quit sending text to my messenger. You know I'm all married and da 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 da. And I just wanted to reach through and choke the motherfucker. Okay, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen with me unless you're Jason Momoa. That it doesn't happen. Right? I don't know why I brought that up. People being dishonest in this area. We just, if you're going to come on and you're going to talk about things, you best be working an honest program. You best be ready to make changes on the fly, because sometimes somebody's going to say something to you and correct you, and you're going to have to work through it right in front of everybody. I don't have a problem with that. One of my mottos is I will be right if it makes it wrong. So, all right, I'm going to go get set up to go to my 3:00 meeting, and my brother-in-law needs to talk. So I will talk to you guys later. Peace out. Thanks for being here and listening. I appreciate it. Kathy and Patricia, I appreciate you both being here and going through this with me and just kind of listening. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Peace out.